Hi, Archana.
Hello, how are you?
Great. So nice to see you after such a long time. Hi, Harsha.
Hi Sanchita, how are you doing?
Good, absolutely fine.
It looks like a reunion for IHG.
I know. Sound Plaza Jaipur, absolutely. No doubt about it.
No
Absolutely.
matter, I have worked with so many hotels and so many places, but the memories with Crown Plaza Jaipur, like they will never
I
go.
know.
Especially the
It was a
pre-opening team
different,
members.
altogether different experience.
I
Yes.
know, I know, I know, I know. It's it's like so
Great.
much of fun. I think
Yeah,
pre-opening was great, absolutely.
absolutely. Great. So I'll hand over this to Harsha now.
No, I think it's absolutely awesome. You guys have been coming up with some great leaders talking about everything. So I think it's super impressive. Very good.
Thank you so much. You have always been very motivating, especially for all of us. So, not wasting much time, and thank you for all the participants who are on time. I can see some of them, and some of them may join slowly and steadily, but we'll start the session. So, Harsha, now you go. I'll just.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Sure, I will just start this. Thanks everyone for being on time and welcome Sanchita on REVtalk.
Harsha, your voice
Thank
is
you.
very low. If you can little bit louder.
Is it fine now? Am I audible?
Yes, better.
Okay, all right. Okay, so we have got a few participants as of now. Thank you so much, Sanchita, for joining us. So let me just introduce her to all of you. That Sanchita is someone who's having 18 plus years of experience in hospitality industry across all the functional areas, and she has given vast exposure in learning and development across all hotel operation functions. She was the former director human resource in IHG, and she has also worked with various other brands like Accor, Marriott, Jaypee hotels, ITC hotels, Taj hotels, Mahindra holiday and resorts, and she has expertise in HR function, all the HR functions. So today we will discuss few things from her, and we'll try and understand what exactly her journey was. But before we take it forward, I would like to tell you that she is the one who won the Z Rajasthan News Women Empowerment Award 2013 for outstanding contribution in women empowerment in personal and professional both sides. So, a very inspirational person I've met. Thank you so much, Sanchita, for being here on REVtalk. And now we'll discuss few questions, few things from your experience, and we want you to mentor all of us with all your experience.
Absolutely, Harsha.
So, our today's topic is like how you have started your journey. So, before we'll switch to the question and answer session, I would like to share my screen and would like to show you
Thank you so much, Harsha. Thank you very much. That was really nice.
I hope you like the video. I think Harsha is
Absolutely.
must have just refreshed some of your memories. I'm sure there is
Absolutely.
so much
Loads of my memories.
yeah. There is so much
Yes,
your journey
yes.
to talk about, but we tried just gathering it in some few minutes.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
We'll start discussing all the points where I feel that uh, there are so many participants are looking forward to know and get mentored by you. So we will talk the real time issues which everybody is facing right now because of the COVID situation. So there are people who are tied up with dealing with job, their personal lives at this point of time where people are working from home. So, can you just guide everyone how to keep a balance in their personal and professional life so that they can, be more productive, more they can work towards their personal and professional life. So, what advice you would like to give them?
When this whole lockdown hit us, Harsha, even I was working from home, and some of you would know that back then I was alone with both my kids. Initial stages, month of March and April, and with no help at home, husband away, work to do, school having started online for both the kids, and there are no timelines. And initially, the first 2 weeks, I realized that the day I just don't know when it starts and when it ends, and it's time. But then, just about 2 weeks in, I realized that it is very important to have a balance, and only you can strike your own balance. So, having a little bit of a disciplined life myself, I had to make sure that I took out time. I kept time aside for both the kids, for work, having a very strict schedule at that, so that before I log into my office, I have to make sure that everything is done so that kids are not ignored. Neither the house is ignored, the house is clean. And I think it's very important for us at this point of time to seek help from our kids as well, from our family members as well. And everybody needs to understand that what we are doing to make sure that we provide for our future. And having a right balance is very important. So you have to make a conscious effort. It is very frustrating, yes. And I will second everybody, every professional out there trying to strike a balance for working from home. But, as an organization as well, we at ISH, we all believe that work-life balance is always important. So there was a lot of support from each other in the organization to ensure that, we are able to strike that right balance between our work and our house and our kids and our family. So, but self-discipline is the single most important thing that which you need to follow. Tough times are there, but tough times also pass. So you have to search for that light at the end of the tunnel. Otherwise, life can get very frustrating. So my suggestion to people would be that, guys, hold on, hang in there. Life's not easy. It teaches us a lot of lessons, but if you stop looking for that light at the end of the tunnel, then that's something which is worrisome.
Mhm. Absolutely right. You rightly said that balancing is very important, and keeping the timelines for each and every particular task, whether it's personal or professional, is very important. Then only you'll be able to give equal time, or you can set your priorities, and then according to that you can play well.
Absolutely.
So, as I always say that HR is someone who works for employee and employer both, right? We are the bridge between the employee and the employer. So first question was related to employees, how they are feeling and how they can balance their life in while working from home, personal and professional life. The second question is for the employers who are right now in a very difficult situation, because the work from home culture is still a challenge in India. The reasons are fear of lack of productivity, data privacy, culture stigma. So how one can embrace the remote work culture in the organization?
So, Harsha, firstly, I would say that as the link between the employer and the employee, or the owner and the associate. So, I always prefer to address my colleagues as associates of an organization. Together, we make it or break it. Having said that, it is tough time for our industry, but this too shall pass. And whereas we are the ones who have taken the biggest hit, we will be the ones who will be first bang on. Because everybody that you talk to today, the one thing that they say is, I want to get out of my house. I want to do some exploration. I want to go out, meet people. I want to take a trip. I want to take a holiday. So we will also be the first ones to bounce back. And it's a matter of time. This too shall pass once again. And striking a balance, this whole lockdown has been a blessing in disguise, where we have seen that the productivity of people working from home probably is more than what has been even at workplace. So at workplace, a lot of times we used to say that people take a lot of breaks. There's small talk happening. There is a talk over a coffee. At home, there is none.
Right.
So it's just that a lot of us feel that our productivity actually increased when we were at home.
Absolutely.
It's about the way you work. It's about and I think it's all the more important for us to realize that no matter where we are, our productivity can be far excellent if we are focused on our productivity.
Absolutely.
If we take it as a pain, if we take it as something which we are forced to do, like you rightly say, or when we say that, if you enjoy what you do, it doesn't feel like work anymore. And that's something which I have believed in, and hence I have always been very comfortable in my shoes. I've been very comfortable with myself, because I'm doing what I'm doing because I enjoy doing it. Right? My focus is to make sure that that if somebody is looking up to me, then they feel that there is something that they can learn from me, that they can take from me. And I think that's what I believe that's my purpose. So, and with two kids at home myself, I feel that they should lead a life where they can be somebody whom people look up to. And I think I'm getting there, and life has taught us a lot. And I don't personally feel that there is lack of sincerity or lack of commitment when people are working from home. No, I don't think at all. I think as employers, we need to trust our team members to be able to give our best.
Absolutely.
Right. So, and at the end, at the other end, when we are working from home, I think it's equally important for us to be committed. Where there are people who are not, where there are colleagues, there are team members, there are employees who are not able to work from home because they are in operations, they should use this time to learn. I think we have risen up to the occasion. As a system, we have risen up to the occasion that online qualification is also qualification. You are learning, you are developing yourself. Use this time constructively.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you rightly said, and I would just like to say that you mentioned that there is a famous saying where which says that if you do what you truly love, then work is no more work. Somewhere or the other, we know you that much that my next question was this only, and you said that. So that's an absolutely a coincidence. So okay. We'll move for the next question. So there is a myth at this point of time that people think that as you go up, as you climb the ladder of success, as you get promoted and go on a higher position, it is very easy for those managers, bosses, leaders to instruct anybody, and they don't work much. So what do you want to say on this? Is it really that easy after coming on a very a higher level authority, and people think that they do nothing and everything is being done by the core team? So what do you want to say on this?
Well, on a very lighter note, Harsha, when we were at that stage, when we were mid-management, the only thing we used to say was, "You लोग करते क्या है room के अंदर बैठ के? What do they do?"
Absolutely.
So, but then I don't think life becomes any easier. It's a myth that, as you grow up.
That's where I mentioned it's a myth that people think that managers do nothing and it's only.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. So I feel that as you grow up the ladder, and I'm speaking for myself, and I think I can speak for a lot of my colleagues who think the way I do, and as you grow up the ladder, your responsibilities towards your people increase. वो क्वेश्चन का आंसर कि हम करते क्या है lies in the fact that our purpose now is to grow people under us, right? Because I believe that if I do not grow my colleagues, my subordinates, they will never ever give me a push upwards to grow further. And the fact that in order to grow myself more, I think the responsibility towards yourself also grows when you are at that management level. Because if you want to, because so my idea has never been to become a boss. I always felt that I don't want to become a boss. I don't want to become a manager. I want to become a leader. I want to become somebody whom people follow, right? And hence I have always given lot of, I've delegated a lot of stuff. I've always been there to look after, to guide my team members. But I have believed in a lot of empowerment. I have given them the freedom. Their mistakes are mine, their successes are theirs, and that's something which I always believed in. Right? So when my team members have made errors, I have been there to correct it, and I have been there to accept that responsibility. I am not one of those people who will put the blame on others, and which I feel as a leader becomes a central point to follow through. Because the day you start blaming your team members, all your colleagues, all your associates, is when I think you have lost the plot. So somewhere, those who know me, and I'm sure some of you all are here on that platform.
I absolutely agree with this point because I've been, dealing with you directly in terms of all the follow-ups and all. So really don't want to go back to that. But then, yes, I have seen that you have taken a lot of accountability on yourself, then, blaming your team members that they didn't do this thing. Okay, if they didn't do this, I'm ready to, accomplish that task. So that I've witnessed myself. So I definitely agree what you're saying.
Yes, and I think that's what becomes the focus after some point of time. And people who know me, for me, HR is my work, and learning and development has been my passion. And I think it's something, it's my passion for L&D, which has actually got me to where I am today. And education was a sincere effort to take down what industry does, and pass it on to the future of our industry. So, and it's not just hoteliering; it's hospitality in general. I have been open to lot of learning and development, and I have taken in so much of experience from the people I know in the various industries, whether it is airline, whether it is hotels, whether it is hospitals, whether it is retail. I have been blessed with a lot of leaders that I have worked with, and I'm continuing to work with, and who are from whom I'm learning so much, and we are able to give it to our students today at ISET. So I think that's one of the most important things to me today.
Absolutely. So on this platform today, I will also like to share my opinion of this particular question, where people, think that managers do nothing and they are just simply sitting in the, big cabin and instructing each one of us. So what I feel on this, and correct me if I'm wrong, Sanchita, that, managers are the people who work towards one common goal decided by the organization, and they are very focused on that particular goal. So had it been any executive or assistant manager or any junior people, or for that matter any intern, they are focused for their own particular task, but the manager is more focused towards the company's ultimate goal, which everybody wants to achieve, whether it's to become a preferred employer, to have a good team members, hire the right talent, whether their compensation, whether new policies launching or anything. Managers are more focused with how we can be a good or preferred employer in the competition market.
So Harsha, if we as managers want our team members to grow, one, there is empowerment, which is very, very important. And I think guiding our team members towards the right path. So I'll give an example. When I was initially in the industry, I always thought I was a very front office person, and later on, it turned out to be that I was more bent towards the F&B, and my seniors, the people I worked with, I reported into, they actually helped me believe in that. My guru in learning and development, who pushed me towards doing this, Mrs. Rajeshwari Vachali, over 14 years back now, she realized the potential in me, and she pushed me to achieve my goals. And she said, you know what, you have the right mix in you to be able to influence your team members, your colleagues. So you should use that. So there's somebody always there to guide you if you know what your path is going to be. And I think as managers, it becomes very important for us at every stage in our careers to encourage our colleagues to polish their skills, to hone their skills, to learn more. So I have continued my education throughout my professional life as well. And I'm pursuing further education as well. And I think it is making me a better person professionally and personally both. And I think I am in a position today to say that if I can't influence somebody, then it's no point my being there.
Very rightly said, Sanchita. So since we are talking about training or mentorship, I really want to know what is the basic difference between training in the hotels or training in the colleges. So do you feel there is any difference in between these two segments?
Oh, there is a huge difference. Trust me, when I joined ISET and when I was given the subject to facilitate, I was like, yeah, I've done LLB for a very long time, and both the leaders that I worked with, Mr. Dilipuri as well as Mr. Kunal Vasudeva, they both said, Sanchita, it's not easy as what you think. So in my mind, I was like, no, I have done it. But when it actually came down to facilitating, and in ISET, we don't believe in teaching. It's about facilitation. And somehow I realized that having a daughter of that age, who's now a teenager, of course, but having a child myself, I realized that, there is so much of difference. When you are doing L&D in a hotel, or the industry, you are already dealing with learners or trainees who have already done college, and here at ISET, you are actually dealing with young adults who are just learning, who are beginning to become, professionals. And there's a big difference in that. So one, to treat them as young adults is very important. Number two, to treat them, to make them understand that knowledge is universal. It is not about one department. It is about your organization. And I think for me, that is my focus, right? I may facilitate one subject, but my focus would be and will always be and has been to intertwine my subject with the organization as a whole, because what we do and how we do is not about my department. It is not about the four walls I live in. It is about my organization, and the purpose of my being there is the success of my organization, right? And that if I can communicate that to my students, I would say that I would have won one personal battle where my students whom I'm facilitating the course to and I'm imparting information to will become a wholesome leader tomorrow. He or she will understand the importance of not just one section in their organizations or in their businesses, but looking at their organization from the perspective of leading them to success. If I can do that, I would be grateful to God that I've been able to make a difference in somebody's life.
Right. So now we'll forward for the next segment, which says that knowledge to infinity, where Sanchita, there is a specific segment of people who are really very demotivated because of this COVID situation, because especially due to the layoffs from their companies, lack of jobs, hiring, supplying. So that means supply is very high, but the demand is very low in the market at this point of time. So
Yes.
what best advice you would like to give to all the job seekers who are getting so demotivated at this point of time that, you know, there are thousands of people are applying for one particular job, but the vacancy is one. And since this department HR, so they don't have those many people in that particular department. So it's very frustrating for them. So what advice you would like to give them?
So, see, times have been bad. I have witnessed it in my own family. So I can say that it is very frustrating. It's very demotivating. I have had to play that role of a wife and a mother, a sister-in-law, a sister myself, and I have understood that the near and dear ones who are suffering from the same, who are in the same situation and who are suffering the same bit. Family support is very important. Support each other, right? It is not in our hands. It's something which has happened. It's something which was
Sanchita, I think your video has been paused. Sanchita?
Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Yeah. So we will bounce back 110% and we will make it happen. So I think little bit of patience, perseverance, do things which you have always wanted to do, learn, read, help. You have to work towards self-motivating, and trust me, everybody, I have done it. For myself, there was
Sanchita, your video has been
7 of us, and we have built up, and we have been here, and we have encouraged our colleagues who have been working from home, having constant interactions with each other, having these little small online engagement, online parties where, you know, we have said we have done a theme party, we have engaged our colleagues, and there are a lot of organizations who are doing that. But the situation when it is not in your hands to improve upon, the best thing that you can do is self-motivate yourself. Yes, it is easier said than done, but study, read, engage yourself with activities which you enjoy. Looking at your mobile the whole day with music or with games or with a lot of things which I see people doing nowadays, put your time and effort towards learning.
right. Are we
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the most important thing.
Sanchita, your video is getting paused in between.
Let me just see. I think that is also.
I think there is some internet connection issue.
Yeah, there is some instability in the internet in this area. So hopefully it will be better now. Is it all right now?
Yes, it's absolutely right now. We missed somebody who came on the show. Neeta ma'am was there, but since we were talking and we couldn't recognize her. So
Yeah, I saw Neeta ma'am here just now, a little while back.
yes. Okay. So Sanchita, there are so many questions where employees get confused. So now I'll give you two topics to talk about and really want to know your take on them. So there are employees who feel that we are unaware about the policies in the company, or what right one employee has while working in the organization. They are unaware of these some of the facts. So what you would like to tell them? So what exactly things they should they should be knowing before starting their jobs?
All right. So as HR myself, I think I have always believed in a lot of transparency. And every organization that I have worked with, I have been, I think, privileged enough to work in organizations where transparency has been very, very important. We have opened our policies and procedures on our HRMS systems, on our learning management systems, so that the employees can have access to them at all times. I personally have sat my team members down and explained to them the policies and procedures that the organization has during the induction period. And as an employee, it is the employee needs to understand it is his or her right to have every possible information under the sun in the organization. And as a new age HR, I will say that the more you share, better the confidence that you have of your colleagues, of your team members, right? So it's important to have their confidence on your side, and hence it's important to share. Be honest. Don't I don't think an organization gets anything out of hiding their policies and procedures. I think those days are gone. And I think today's employee is far more aware, an individual is far more aware of his or her own rights before they come out into the industry to work. And this is not just for hotels or hospitality, it is for every industry. We are educated people, and it's our right to go up and ask, you know what, I don't understand this policy. Can you explain it to me? Right? And it is fair. It is absolutely fair. And I think as leaders, as holders of key positions in organizations, we should be open to our, and we should encourage our team members to ask, to be in the clear of every policy and procedure which is there in the organization. And I think that only helps all of us to work better together.
Right. But adding one question to this, that people working on middle management or senior management, they'll come forward and speak about all these policies and procedures. But how about the people who have just started and are working on very beginners level? They are scared to come to HR and discuss their problems with them, discuss the policies with them. So why is the fear is there?
See, it should not be there in the first place. The fear is there because we have created that fear in their mind. I think industry as such, or organizations as such, create that fear in young minds that, it's not right to go and ask. But to me, that's part of my induction. Right. So I think almost all the organizations I've worked with, I have personally taken induction, and I have been very, very open about the policies and procedures in the organization, in the organizations that I have worked in. And it is up to me to make sure as HR, and I would recommend this to every HR person out there, how comfortable do you make a new team member is in your hands. You have to win over their confidence. You have to make an effort to get close to them. If you say, I'm a touch me not HR, then I'm sorry. Or if you impose that fact that I'm HR, don't mess with me, that's a wrong imposition.
Absolutely.
Right? So I'm HR, I'm here to help you. Right. I'm HR, I'm here to answer your questions. Come to me, ask me. You have any doubt, I'm here to solve it for you. I think that is something which is very important to convey to an employee or a colleague on day one of their coming. It should be part of your induction program.
Right. Absolutely. So, Sanchita, since you have also won Women Empowerment Award, right? So, what do you think that, you know, women should be empowered in this industry? Because I have seen they are the face of the front office, but they are not given the opportunity to, you know, get promoted and head the department. There are so many hotels, or there are so many companies, and will not go by a particular hospitality industry, will go by generic, right? People think that, you know, they are good, females are good to make shobha of your front office, but then they cannot promote them and give them empowerment to lead a department. So what do you want to say to those people? And
Um, yeah, so Harsha, I get what you're saying, and I'm very glad to say this to begin with that at ISH at least, you know, we have a fantastic proportion of ladies vis-a-vis the gentlemen that we have. And, you know, I think I as HR, I'm very proud of the fact that my, you know, leaders who are there in my organization, they feel that women should take on leadership positions, and that's how we are grooming our students, right? Having said that, I think we are still somewhere down the line. I have also felt this, that you know, for some reason people still believe that, you know, women can't juggle the responsibilities in such a manner, and they cut corners on the work front, especially when they are mothers, right? I'm a mother myself, and I have never felt that I have cut corners or compromised with my work. I've tried to strike a balance. Yet I have also been in that situation where I felt that I could have had been given the responsibility, but a gentleman was chosen over me, just because the organization felt that, you know, he will be able to do more justice to the job. And I think our work needs to prove our capabilities, right? And thankfully, I've had the opportunity to work with some very, very good, sorted gentlemen leaders who feel that, no, it is the ladies in the organization have probably more potential to grow, because they have something to prove to themselves as well. And for me, for that matter, I have two daughters, and I want them to grow into successful professionals, and I will always motivate them, you know, to achieve their goals, to work towards their own future, to take that extra step, to make that extra effort, not to compare ourselves to, sorry, all due respect, gentlemen on this platform, I don't think we should compare ourselves to men, because we do, and we are capable of doing much more than they can ever think of. Ask a man to juggle his work, his kids, his house, his family, himself, his education, his professional, all at the same time, and I'm sure they will turn back to ask for help. And it's like, really, you want me to look after the kids, cook food, go to office, maintain yourself, go to the parlor to make sure that your brows are made so that you have got a better appearance, you know, look after my work. I still have people who tell me that, you know, I am pursuing further education, and in the third year of my education, I'll be in a situation where my child will be in grade 10. And it's like, you know, how will you manage your child in grade 10 and you being in the final year of your education? And I'm like, seriously, how can you even ask me that question, right? And that happened in families. So that is something which I still feel that men haven't risen up to the occasion. And so, ladies on the platform, be proud of yourself that you are still able to do it, right? You don't ask the same question about your own child, right? So, ladies out there, I think you don't have to prove yourself for anything. You are the best, okay? And just be proud of that. That if men cease to see that as a matter of fact, then not something that we can really help them. They tend to forget that their mothers brought them up.
Absolutely, I absolutely do that. Okay, so Sanchita, so now this question is for the people working in HR and facing challenges in maintaining their connectivity with each individual employee? Because supposingly if in HR is handling 200 people, and to all 200 people are sitting at different locations, and it's very important to communicate with them time to time, and communicate any changes happening in the organization or any update you want to give them. But it becomes very difficult and frustrated for all the HR people. And so what advice you would like to give them, how they can make sure that each and every person they can reach without any frustration, without feeling so burdened, or without facing any challenges in that?
So, Harsha, the first thing that I would say is to all HRs, you are not just supposed to be locked up in your office. That's the most important, right? Walk your premises, walk your organization, walk your talk. Anything new that comes in, ask your colleagues, do you know this has happened?
Yeah,
Communicate it with them.
This question is specifically for this period of COVID, where
Yes.
people are sitting at different places, all the
Yes.
office at their houses, and working from different locations. And in office, it is very easy to walk and go and discuss with people, visit their departments, visit them once in a while, or maybe you can discuss anything or everything over a tea break or a lunch break. But then when everybody is working from home, it has become very difficult for an HR person who's, supposing an organization has 10,000 employees and HR strength is only 20 people. So now how they can get in touch with each and every individual, and stay connected with them?
So, see, one of the things, I've interacted with a lot of HR managers in the past, and I've seen a lot of HR managers in the past 2 months, right? I was doing a project at ISH, and had an opportunity of knowing what a lot of HR managers have done successfully. One of the things that they have successfully done is ensuring that the managers, the heads of department, are held responsible to communicate down the line. Right? It is not. It is very sad to know this and to find this out, that it still is date in today's time and age. It is only deemed to be HR's responsibility to communicate with all the employees. Well, Ravi, good morning, everybody. It is not just HR's responsibility.
Absolutely.
The head of department is the HR for his team members. Right? So the down the line communication becomes central to whatever you do. And when you know that you are not able to communicate, so like you said, 20 people in HR with an organization of let's say 10,000 people, right? What is each and every, something coming down from corporate HR, down to general managers, down to HR managers, down to heads of department. Because in India we still have, we only look at decentralization of power in books, in management books, right? We haven't really come across or practicing it as a matter of fact. Because we still feel that, if you leave your power, if you hold on to your power, you will always be a powerful person. But no, guys, that's not how it is. It's not just for us to study in our books. It has to be followed through as well. So, everybody, in today's time, everybody is HR. Every manager has to engage his or her team members. So what are you going to do? You can't put the responsibility completely on HR. Said that 20 people, you get in touch with 10,000 members every day, or every alternate day, or within a month. Right? We can have communication packs. We can have these, exactly what we are doing. Zoom is a platform where a lot of things can be done. There are a lot of online official platforms where things can be done. So are we utilizing technology to get into this, right? So today's word, the go word is tech. The go word is team management through technology, right? We have engaged our team members in a manner where, whilst we were closed, We have been in touch with each, and randomly every team member, every manager in my organization was getting in touch with their team. So we are not a very large team, but you know, it is doable provided you have a heart and mind set upon it, right?
Right. Absolutely.
So there are a lot of organizations who have done it. I've you know, come across the Taj as an organization who is doing it, Accor as an organization who is doing it. I have spoken with their HR heads, spoken with some of their leaders, I have read their articles. You know, so it's an eye opener. There are those who mean employee engagement, do it. Those who think it's a burden, managers who think it's a burden, and it's only an HR responsibility, well, they need to rise up to the occasion. HR is everybody's responsibility.
Absolutely. So my next question is that only, that, you know, in organization, specifically the managers and specifically the employees who think that employee engagement activities is just the time pass thing, and you know, HR has nothing to do with, they only know how to make rangolis and all. So these phrases are being used for us, and I've been, you know, hearing all this over these 8-9 years. And there is a confusion between employee engagement and team building activities. They feel that, you know, celebrating birthday or celebrating any festival or occasion is a team building activity. But so I really want you to give a highlight on that.
So HR engagement, team building activities, all the activities that HR does, right? The only purpose is to get people together, right? People from different departments come together and chill out and laugh, and you know, I think they satisfied smile. It is not about the samosas and the soft drinks and you know, the food which is served there. It is about that community which comes together, sits together, laughs it out, I think, which is most important. So I will share with you something that we as an organization did when you know, this lockdown was going on, and you know, almost every team member of ours, whether on their smartphones or on their laptops, every Friday we had an ISH party. Every one of us was in our own house, but every one of us logged in at 8 o'clock in the evening for that half an hour, 45 minutes to enjoy each other's company. We had a theme every Friday, right? And I know a lot of other organizations who are doing this. Okay, and I think that's very interesting. It is not about eating and drinking.
1 minute, Abhishek Kumar, can you? Okay. Yes, please.
Yeah, so it is not about food. It is not about rangolis. It is not about papdi chaat and bhel puri. I think it is about those people coming together, the team members coming together and revving it up with their smiles and their laughter and their enthusiasm. It doesn't remain our event anymore. It is about them, you know. So thankfully for us, I would again say that I have been blessed with working with leaders, you know, who have not looked at employee engagement as HR's responsibility, because at the end of the day, if the heads of department don't send their team members, the event is not going to be successful, right? So it's not about us, it's about the team.
Right. So very rightly said, Sanchita. And when we talk about, you know, employee engagement activities and team building activities, now I have witnessed in many organizations, not only in hospitality but in other industries as well, that employee engagement activities or team building activities has been given to marketing department, because they think they are more professional in terms of throwing any parties or anything. I'll not deny the fact that yes, they are, but then do you really think that employee engagement activity and team building activities are one and the same thing, or there is a difference between these two?
I'll say first and foremost, team engagement and team building doesn't happen just in an activity room or in a party. It's an ongoing process. Every time you engage in a conversation with a team member, which is engagement. Every time you're sitting down with them and having a meal, it's an activity, right? Every time you encourage, you award, you recognize a team member, it's engagement. It's an activity. So the fact that a sales and marketing department or a banqueting department or an events department is given the responsibility of doing an engagement activity which happens once in a year, and you account it as a team as to, in retrospect, one has to do a little bit of introspection on that, right? It does not, team engagement, team activities don't happen one day in a year. It needs to happen every day if we want our teams to be successful.
Right.
If we want our organizations to be successful. Every interaction is engagement.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right? So what do we do to make sure that that survey is actually, the results of the survey are utilized? What changes do we make in the organizations? What do we do better? And there is never anything that we are doing wrong, but there is always scope for doing something which is better than what we are doing today. Right? So what are those steps that people take? And that is where the key is. What have you learned from your survey?
Absolutely.
What do you want to do about it?
Absolutely.
And I realized that if you don't look at making that change after you get the results of a survey, you receive that award very good. But today we are all in top of the survey models are the ones who have laid off people first.
Absolutely.
Right? Are the ones who have not stood by them. Are the ones who have, so what was the purpose of doing and achieving so much in those surveys if we have not been able to follow through those achievements? Right? So it is always in testing times that all these results come forward. Right? So the reality comes, when the times are tough, not when the times are going.
I absolutely agree. Sanchita, our next question is for all the participants, and especially who are, currently pursuing their education for hospitality or for travel and tourism or for this service industry. So what suggestions you would like to give to those students for 10 years to focus during this COVID-19 time? So how they can utilize this time? Would you like to give any course suggestion or anything else to them?
So self-learning, again, keep yourself engaged. So most of the institutions that I know of have already started their online classes. They are doing a lot for the students. Their colleges who have started doing even demos so that and the students can practice it at home. We are consciously making an effort of making sure that our students are engaged at least 4 to 5 hours every day for classes. There's a lot of sessions which we are holding, which are master classes where we are inviting people from outside to talk to our students. Their engagement in different activities. So we have clubs, social clubs within the college, and those clubs are also active. So there are activities which are happening. Plus, we are encouraging our students to do a lot of online courses as well. Use this time. There will never be this opportunity again to develop yourselves professionally from the perspective of knowledge. So we are preaching this. We will continue to preach this. Knowledge, get your knowledge as much as possible, right, at this time. Keep yourself engaged and engaged in a good way, in a good sense. Depression is not engagement. Anxiety is not engagement. Getting into arguments with family members is not engagement. Rather, support each other, share workloads, indulge in self-learning, right? That is where a lot of things it will depend on how you really go about it.
Right. Thank you so much, Sanchita. Before we move to the next question, I would like to welcome Parag Kumar. He wants to talk to Sanchita and wants to share something with her.
Absolutely.
Hi, Parag.
Parag, you are on mute.
Okay, now I am. Can you hear me now? Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Good afternoon, Sanchita and everybody. It was nice hearing from you. Incidentally, my initial years have also been into hospitality. I started with Claridge's and then ITC Marriott. Currently practicing as a consultant into quality management. Now, one of the questions, in fact, two I have here. What question is, you see, as you are right now in HR, and it was actually nice to hear as to you traveled, throughout your career. So your career started from operations and then moved into HRM. That is what I gather. Now, HR as a department, as a process, would look at certain functions of HR. Maybe recruitment, selection, keeping records, appraisals, and so on and so forth. But other than that, HR as a trait or as a function is every manager's responsibility. That is what I think. What is your perspective on that?
Well, I just mentioned that only to Harsha in the previous question that she had asked me. How do you keep people engaged? So that's exactly what I said, that HR is every manager's responsibility. Every department has responsibility. We are the custodians of processes which are legally binding. However, engagement, activities, learning and development, this is every manager's role.
Yeah, that's what. That's what I.
Absolutely. So it.
Sorry, continue.
No. So that's what my belief has been, and I have people that I have worked with, colleagues that I have worked with. I've always said that HR doesn't finish with me. I'm sorry. I am not the one who's dealing with the team members day in and day out. It is you. So how much of HR are you doing? And I think right from inducting a team member into your department, right? Not as HR, but as let's say as F&B manager. If I'm inducting Harsha into my department, it is my responsibility to make sure that I keep her engaged as far as her learning is concerned, her development is concerned, her progress in the organization is concerned.
Absolutely.
As
and
HR,
difficult
yes.
Counseling or things like that.
Absolutely. As HR, we can guide the manager to do the process in a timely manner. But the manager has to take that responsibility to ensure that he's first line of engagement with Harsha as an employee.
Correct, because it is just like as we advocate in quality management, that quality is everybody's responsibility, not only
Absolutely.
quality controls. So that's one. Another question which was coming to my mind also was we often see people when they get educated, they pass out of college, they strive to go outside India. Now, I mean, I've never been like that. I've started working here only, and for me, it was a passion to satisfy a guest's requirements, needs. But do you think? I mean, why would people move outside? Is there more job satisfaction there, or more than in India, or they can perform better there rather than India? I think the performance factor should be more here in India itself when you provide your own hospitality to your guests. But yes, we often see people moving out abroad.
I feel that it's overrated working overseas.
I second Harsha on that. I think it is because largely it is because we do not sustain a work-life balance, which is why people move abroad. I think we haven't. We still don't respect the employee's need for that break from work. We still overutilize people's potentials without sufficiently rewarding them, and rewarding is not always in form of money, right? Rewards are also in form of recognition. Rewards are in form of that day of rest when you don't feel guilty that I'm taking 2 days off.
Absolutely.
Right? So I have been in situations where it has been told to me that I can't let these guys go on leave because my work will suffer. And I'm like, what if these guys break down and are sick? Is your work going to stop? No, it is not going to stop. So why is it that you cannot give them leave? You need to have your calendars. You need to be responsible for that.
True.
It is a manager's moral obligation towards his team members to make sure that these team members are well rested.
True.
Well, there are people who consciously do it. I also know people who consciously do it. But I think majority of them, the reason why people keep switching jobs is because they just don't have that work-life balance. And that is only in books. That is only in OB that we read work-life balance. It is only, it starts and finishes with the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. That's it.
No, I think in hospitality you need it more because of tough working situations. I still remember there have been situations where I have been working for say 32 hours or maybe 40 hours at a go. I mean, just went to the lockers to shave, and then because there was Bharat Bandh, and then nobody would come, and there could be other factors. But then the support from managers when it comes. And incidentally, in my initial years, my bosses have been ladies. So, and I think I was lucky to have that kind of support.
I'm sure you were very lucky to have them.
Yeah, because they make it a point to see that they can see beyond you. They can see there are so many traits which a lady would have, and yes, that brings a little more respect to the ladies, and that is why I'm here. I mean, there was this post saying that about mentorship. I said, okay, let me pick up a few points on mentorship, and that was respect for a lady for that matter. Yes. Yeah, I mean, that's about it.
Thank you so much.
Go on.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Parag. Sanchita, now we'll take this forward, and we have some very exciting and very good rapid fire questions for you. Okay, so your first question is, have you ever faced any situation where you felt that you could exercise any better option in your career than HR?
No, not exactly.
Never. Okay.
No.
Your favorite vertical in HR? L&D, for the matter of fact.
So my favorite vertical would be learning and development, but that's really my passion. And the other side, which I feel very closely for, is compensation and benefits.
Okay. Adventure or luxury vacation?
Adventure.
Movie in theater or Netflix at home?
Movie and theater.
Cooking or Swiggy?
Cooking.
One person you always look up to?
Well, if you're looking at professionally or personally, I really don't know. But personally, I like to look up to my grandmother, who till the day she passed away was running her own business at the age of 93. Lived her life with independence, taught me that you are your best friend, love yourself, do what you do for yourself first, and there is nothing that will ever stop you from achieving success if you have made up your mind. So she will always be my guiding star, and secondly, I look up to my parents, my mother for her perseverance and my father for the commitment that I think for both myself and my brother, I can say this, that we learned perseverance, commitment to work, honesty, integrity from our parents.
All Your choice of attire.
Formal.
Or Western formals.
So Western formals is my preferred attire at work, especially at work. So you'll very seldom see me not groomed. I feel very passionately about it. I'm a army child, and grooming has been very integral part of my upbringing as well, and something which I've carried forward into my profession as well. And at home, I think just a loose pajama or shorts with a t-shirt is the most comfortable attire. Yes.
Okay, now you'll have to put all of them in the order of your priority: meditation, family, vacation, career, and money.
Okay, so family, career, vacation, money, meditation.
Okay. Now, rate yourself on the scale of 5 health habits.
I think I'm about between 3 and 4.
Okay.
Except for the fact that I don't get time to exercise, and I think I can make time, but I'm just not accepting that fact. But yeah, somewhere between 3 and 4.
Okay. Current affairs.
Current affairs, except for SSR case and COVID-19, everything else is good.
Okay. Yes.
Right? Because every channel is about it. It's like nothing else is happening in India anymore. There are things which are happening on the border. There are things which are happening within the state. There are so many political aspects which are happening, but we don't seem to be able to shake off, COVID-19 and SSR case. So, before COVID-19 struck, there were lakhs of people who were dying in road accidents every day. We never heard a record of it. Right? But we are hearing records of things left, right, and center. We have chosen to lock down. Well, my own personal take on this entire lockdown, when abroad lockdowns have happened, people have still had food to eat, right? Money to live by, because there are social securities out there. And I think to answer one of the questions that Parag sir had, that's the reason people run abroad, right? They know they will not die hungry. They know that they will have medication, treatment. Today, if you go to any good hospital, you are basically stripped of all your savings, right, just to get treated appropriately. So, well, that's my take on current affairs.
What will you rate to social media networking?
What would I rate? Would that, Harsha, be on a point scale or
just a scale of 20?
I think it's really 5, because it is social media which keeps us in touch with each other. A lot of things which you don't hear necessarily on TV, you get to know on social media. There's a lot of there's a lot of things which I have personally come to know in the past 2-3 months, which I never knew were existing just around me, right? So I think a lot of businesses, a lot of things which people are doing has come to the fore now with social media, especially under current circumstances.
Right. Rate yourself from 1 to 5 on sense of humor.
Of sense of?
Humor.
Sorry, I didn't get it.
Sense of humor.
Sense of humor. You tell me. I'm pretty good at it, and there is always something to laugh about and smile about. I look very serious, but there is the other side of me as well.
Okay.
I think I'm pretty good at it.
All right.
Colleagues, sometimes they actually, in fact, Neeta ma'am is one of those few people who would vouch for this. When I first worked with her in Crown Plaza, Pune, when we had gone there for the conversion, she said, I never knew that you are so funny. I never knew that you have got this sense of humor. There is such a different side of you. ऐसे मैं वो जो लोग मुझे जानते हैं ना अच्छे से वही उन्हीं को समझ में आता है कि Sanchita is not what she looks like all the time.
All right. So we'll keep this question as a suspense, right?
Sure, no problem.
Okay. One word answers for these. So HR for you.
Life.
Career for you.
Life.
Confidence for you.
Myself.
God for you.
My family.
Rewards for you.
My family.
Employees for you.
My lifeline.
Mobile for you.
A headache.
Okay. Politics for you.
Something that you should know of and follow.
Nepotism for you.
Exists, but is not out of your control.
Female empowerment. Women empowerment for you.
It's there, but people don't want to recognize it.
All right. Thank you so much, Sanchita. We really got very precise answers from you. And I always quote you as a person, as a professional, that people think that Sanchita is strict, but I say that Sanchita is not a strict. She's very firm and she knows what to pitch and how to pitch. So I will use this term for you, Sanchita, that you are very firm HR professional, which I have ever met in my life. A female HR professional, a leader who is actually not strict but very firm, knows what to do, how to do, and how one can make other person work for you. So thank you so much for being here on REVtalk. And over to you, Archana.
But yes, trying our best to utilize this COVID time to complete and fulfill our dreams.
Absolutely. Congratulations on that. And I think you're doing very well because a lot of posts that we keep seeing. So keep up the good work.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Sanchita. Thank you so much. Great. It was lovely having you with us and lot of information. And I'm sure many people and many students who are literally pissed off of this COVID and when are the openings happening, what is to be done, how to utilize the time, all the answers they'll get through this session for sure.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me on. Thank you. Pleasure is all mine. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.